It is all about family, and through COVID, you know, with a lot of people being home, we're seeing a lot of more babies, so it's all a good thing. Right now, I'm going to bring up our next presenter, Carlos Joseph. Now, excuse me if I get it wrong. Giusen was born in Chicago, Illinois, and raised in Oakland, California. He started college at San Francisco State University and also attended Illinois Institute of Technology, University of Illinois Chicago Circle Campus. He became an art director at Africa World Press, Inc., the Red Sea Press, Inc., and in 1991, he started Abyssinia Comic Group. He later sponsored the Black Age of Comics East Coast Convention in Trenton, New Jersey in 1998. Carlos became an independent contractor of graphic, visual, and digital art while living in Oakland, California, and he presently works as a media technician for the First AME Church of Los Angeles. He graduated in 2008 with a degree in media arts and animation from the Art Institute of California. Please help me welcome Carlos Giusen.
First of all, I want to thank you, the Barbara Staton and the EECI for inviting me here. I appreciate it. I was really taken back to the fact that they wanted me to speak, so here I am. Some of this I'm going to talk to you. You already heard from my introduction, which I didn't think it was going to be that extensive, but here we are. My name is Carlos Joseph Giusen. I was born on December 26, 1957 in Chicago, Illinois. My parents, Annie Louise Trice and Edward Joseph Giuseng, were my family at the time. That we moved to Oakland, California in 1960. It was just my mom and my grandmother. My art bug began as soon as my parents settled in their apartment in Oakland, and with the addition of my sister and a stepfather. Characters, the Disney characters were my first serious project in art. My grandmother got for me what she and I mistakenly thought was a drawing pad, when in reality it was a Disney photo album. Luckily, I succeeded in creating, at least copying the Disney characters on the cover in the inside of the actual book. So, which luckily it was just in colored pencils. Most of my young educational experience involved me getting my art groove on or in, so to speak. Third grade, I created my version of a swamp with crocodiles, snakes, and spooky trees on a 22 by 18 poster board using markers. And with the recommendation of my teacher, Ms. Garrett, it got entered into the Oakland Unified District Art Show held at the Oakland Airport, and I won first prize. Fifth grade, I created a version of the 8-page John Stewart Green Lantern comic with pencils, inks, colors, word balloons, and thought balloons. In high school days at Oakland High, I looked at that as an opportunity where I could see and experiment how far I could take this fun art talent. And thus 10th through 12th grades were a blur of becoming an Aegis school newspaper staff artist to eventually sports editor, student board of commissioner of assemblies, a member of track and cross-country teams. After high school, I attended San Francisco State University majoring in structural engineering, but after my sophomore year, I moved to Chicago, Illinois, and attended the Illinois Institute of Technology majoring in city and regional planning. A relative at the time recommended me a job as a draftsman for a black electrical engineer by the name of W.B. Dolphin. When working there, I worked on electrical plans for the Chicago Transit Authority's airport elevated rail line. During my stay in Chicago, I produced posters, business cards, flyers, pluggers, buzz, and billboard advertisements and branding while working for Janet B. Lobbins Design, Rhythm News, Music Paper, and Dahlstrom Display before moving to New York City. The challenges of NYC that were common to most at the time whom resided there. I was living in Brooklyn and worked in Manhattan as an offset cameraman for Brunswick Printing. I freelanced my art skills for black hair shops, recorded record labels, and black book publishing companies such as Black Classic Press Inc. and Africa World Press Inc. During the mid-90s, I moved to Trenton, New Jersey to work full-time as the art director for Africa World Press, the Red Sea Press Inc. At this period, I began to start Abyssinia Comic Group, featuring only a LA Nubian warrior. After that, moved to Philadelphia, met and worked with a number of prominent black community artists, became a part of the Copperwater organization, taught, counseled, and advised after-school and summer programs titled Biz Arts for the South New Jersey Arts Commission. The Biz Arts program enrolled teen youth of Camden, New Jersey to teach entrepreneurial skills through the arts. These efforts were put on hold when a family matter brought me back to Oakland in 1998, where my occupation then was changed to being a teacher and counselor for a developmentally disabled recreation facility. I was also working in Oakland Parks and Recreation as after-school programs for Golden Gate and Mosswood Recreation Centers. I began my interest in animation at that time, investigating schools to finally as a goal to get a Bachelor of Arts or a Bachelor of Science degree, hopefully in animation. After finishing the family business in Oakland and the Bay Area, I moved to Los Angeles in 2002 to attend the Art Institute of California, Santa Monica. And I graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in Media Arts and Animation in 2008. Upon referral from Oakland Parks and Rec, I've been also working for the Los Angeles Recreation and Parks Department. And I worked in the Youth Employment Internship Program, or YEIP. I had a lot of fun with that job because I wore many hats during the employment. Youth counselor, chaperone, art instructor, event organizer and coordinator, as well as a graphic artist, in which I designed many branded t-shirts, many branded banners, event paraphernalia design, and then doing some ordering of my art that I did. In 2013, I started to resurrect and revise Abyssinia Comic Group to Abyssinia Media Group, given my new perspective on technical side of art and media. Also this year, I began to volunteer for a media department at my place of worship, the First African Methodist Episcopal Church of Los Angeles. In 2016, I was offered and accepted a part-time paid position as a media technician for that same church. My business of Abyssinia Media Group was created to feature African-centered content in formats of comic books, gaming, and animation. This is being done in both traditional and new digital media format by the establishment of AbyssiniaMedia.net. This online spot is for news, sketches, updates, animated shorts, and franchise merchandise for sale or auction. And I created it exclusively to eventually become an online membership platform. At present, I have two projects that are at the forefront of establishing my business base as I desire. First is a LA Nubian Warrior, African-centered fantasy sword and sorcery story centered around the adventures of a title character, LA, and stories about his chronicles in the land of Nubia. This six-part storyline is already started in digital and printed format. And I have also published issues 1 and 2, which I have on sale at my table for $3.99. Preliminary drawings for this issue number 3 is also shown there. The LA Nubian Warrior portal at AbyssiniaMedia.net has a few animated GIFs, a digital comic title called Voyage to the Stolen Costumes, as well as motion comics are areas that are still in production. My second project for Abyssinia Media tonight is Adigun Ogusanwo. This is a diasporic Afrofuturist science fiction story about a quartet of military science soldiers in service of the Africa Union in the year 2047. At present, this franchise only have an ash can called Adigun Ogusanwo Akil. It is the printed format and it's at my booth for $2. But it also is a teaser to invite everyone to go to my website, ABYSSINIAmedia.net. On the website, at present, the Adigun Ogusanwo Media Portal is an ongoing digital comic about the group, and it's called Metal. There's also a gallery and a short character animations, but the motion comic version of the franchise is still in production. The next stage of development that I have for ABYSSINIA Media Group is to establish online animation shows and gaming versions of the two franchises brought forth into a working reality. These days, part of my work week is dedicated to learning Unity and relearning Blender. One day, hopefully, maybe at this summit, I may meet and network with someone to assist me in pushing this project forward. The Adigun Ogusanwo and the LA Nubian Warrior original art, t-shirts, prints, merchandise are available for sale at my booth, and you can drop by and check me out. There's also a Patreon page where I'm also asking for monthly or online subscriptions to help support the cause of creating entertainment with media with you in mind. ABYSSINIA Media Group. Thank you for your time and help.